Quiz 2 is all about finding limits using a graph. The first thing we have to realize, though, is that there are three types of limits, and we'll talk through those here. So we've got a left-hand limit, and so that says limit as x approaches some number, and then they'll put a little minus sign up in that exponent there of our f of x equals, and then whatever the y value it is, it looks like you're headed towards as you head towards that x value. That's your answer. And the negative sign from the left means coming from the left direction. So moving in that direction there. That's what they mean by a left-hand limit. The second type of limit that they have is a right-hand limit. And a right-hand limit looks similar. It would say limit as x approaches some number a, but then it would put a plus sign up in that exponent of f of x equals, and then again it would be the y value you're headed towards. That's your answer as you head towards this x value from the right direction. So moving along the graph from that direction. And then the last option, the last limit they have is an overall limit. And so an overall limit looks like limit as x approaches some number a, and they won't put a plus or a minus, they won't have anything in the exponent, of f of x. And this will either be a y value or a does not exist situation. And hidden inside this question is really, you need to know, does the left-hand limit equal the right-hand limit? That's what we have to answer in order to answer an overall limit question. So basically, are my two graphs going to come together and run into each other at the same point from the left and from the right? And if so, then the overall limit would be whatever that value is. Or is the answer to that question, no, my right-hand limit maybe is coming down here and my left-hand limit is coming up here, and so they miss each other entirely. And in that situation, that would be a does not exist because the two limits aren't equal to each other. Part A is asking us, you can see here, to find the limit as x approaches 3, and then you'll notice that little negative symbol up there. So that means from the left. So we're looking at a left-hand limit right now. Whenever I'm doing a limit problem, I immediately just go to the x value that I care about. So in this situation, the x value is 3. And I just draw myself a line right there at 3. And this one's saying left-hand limit. So as I draw along my graph from the left, what does it look like I'm headed towards? And so a lot of people get thrown by these jumps in the graph right here. This is all one graph. My dot goes from here and immediately jumps up here and keeps following this graph. So as I come in from the left, it looks like I'm headed towards that point on my wall right there, which is a y value of 5. So my left-hand limit would be 5. Coming and looking for my right-hand limit right now, that's what the second part of this is. So you'll notice limit as x approaches 3, and then they've got that plus sign up there, and that tells me that I'm coming in from the right. So drawing along my graph from the right direction, I would say, what does it look like I'm headed towards as I hit that wall? And again, it looks like I'm headed towards that same value of 5. So my right-hand limit would be 5. The last part of this question is asking us to find the overall limit. You'll notice there's no plus or minus in that exponent there. And so what we're really asking ourselves right now is, does my left-hand limit equal my right-hand limit? Well, we found the left-hand limit at 3. That was 5. We found the right-hand limit at 3. That was also 5. Those two things are equal to each other, and then that tells us that the overall limit would be the same. The overall limit would be 5.